Nobody expected the New England Patriots to look like this. A team that everyone counted out last year has suddenly turned into the most dangerous story in the AFC. You can feel it in every snap, every crowd roar, and every sideline stare. Something inside this locker room has shifted. They aren't playing just to survive anymore, they're playing to take over. What looked like another rebuilding season has turned into a 5-game win streak that feels more like a statement than a stretch. And the scary part is, they're just getting started. It starts with energy that feels almost impossible to fake. Mike Vrabel has them moving like one heartbeat, and you can see his fingerprints on every part of this team. The offense attacks with confidence, the defense hunts like it has something to prove, and the special teams play every down as if it decides the season. When the fans inside Gillette Stadium chant MVP for Drake May, it doesn't sound like hope anymore. It sounds like belief. You can see it on the sideline, in the way veterans talk to rookies, and in the way every drive feels like a challenge they already know they'll win. But what really changed everything is the guy under center. Drake May isn't just leading drives, he's leading a culture shift. Every time he steps onto the field, the game feels calmer, the team sharper, and the defense across from him a little more unsure. The way he reads the field, controls tempo, and hits throws other quarterbacks won't even try has turned this offense into something completely new. And if you think this rise is about hype, wait until you see how May is carving up defenses with pure precision. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Patriots and all the NFL content. Can we get 200 likes on this video? Drake May isn't playing like a young quarterback finding his footing. He's playing like a star who already owns the field. Every snap feels deliberate, every throw has a purpose. He's completing over 75% of his passes, not because the plays are simple, but because his timing and accuracy are flawless. Against one of the toughest defenses in football, he made it look like a walkthrough. The way he manipulates coverages with his eyes and freezes defenders mid-play shows a level of control that most veterans spend years trying to master. What separates Maye is how calm he stays when chaos hits. Cleveland sent pressure after pressure, but instead of panicking, he used it to his advantage. One look to the left pulled the safety just enough, opening a perfect lane for Austin Hooper up the seam for a 31-yard gain. Moments like that define great quarterbacks. He doesn't need to scramble for highlight plays, he wins with precision. Every throw feels like it's placed with a ruler. Every read looks like he's already seen it before. And the rhythm he's built with this offense is something special. You can see it in how his tight ends trust him to deliver on time, and how Mac Hollins sells run fakes to open windows that only Maye can find. The Patriots' offense now feels alive, efficient, and unpredictable. Defenses can't guess anymore, because May's decision-making keeps them one step behind. But the genius of how this all works ties back to one man calling the plays from the booth, and that's where Josh McDaniels enters the story. Josh McDaniels has turned this playbook into a weapon. The numbers back it up without screaming for attention. The offense sits top 10 in scoring, uses play action, 7th most in the league, and averages a little under 6 yards per play. That does not happen by accident. It comes from a coordinator who scripts answers to every look, who changes pace before defenses can settle, and who trusts his quarterback to hit the throw that punishes the exact mistake a defender just made. Watch how he flipped the Browns game after the break. 7 plays, 77 yards, touchdown. Motion pulls eyes across the field, the fake holds the second level, then the boot delivers into open grass. It is simple on the screen because the heavy lifting is done before the snap. That is the point with McDaniels right now. He layers calls so the defense guesses once, gets it wrong, and pays for it on the next series. The best part is how his design lifts every position group. He leans into 2 tight ends, asks Hunter Henry to sell the block, then slip out, gives Austin Hooper that clean seam when the safety drifts, and lets Mac Hollins fake the run to open space on the edge. Nothing is forced, everything has a purpose. And now that the structure is humming, the so-called role players are starting to look like difference makers. Let's talk about the hidden pieces who make this machine dangerous on every down. The Patriots' offense is catching teams with players they are not game planning for. Mac Hollins lines up like a run enforcer, then slips out at the last second and the secondary bites. Austin Hooper keeps sneaking through the middle when the safety drifts, and Hunter Henry turns a fake block into a sprint for space. Even a simple jet motion with Stephon Diggs pulls a defender 2 steps wide, and 2 steps is all this group needs to turn a routine snap into a real problem. Watch how the details stack together. In 12 personnel, Hollins sells that he will crack a corner, then breaks into open grass for a clean throw and a smooth gain of 21 yards. Hooper wins when May looks left first and drops a layered ball for 31 more. Henry's block and release in the flat turns a frozen defender into an easy score. None of it is flashy by itself, but the timing is perfect, the spacing is clean, and the disguise keeps defenses from reading the first clue. That is why this attack feels bigger than any one name. When Collins' run look forces corners to step forward, when Hooper's seam punishes a late safety, when Henry leaks out right as the linebackers step up, the whole structure clicks. And that structure only works if the front holds long enough to sell the story. Which brings us to the group that had to grow up fast against the fiercest rusher in football, and how that battle changed the tone of this season. The New England Patriots learned something huge in that Browns game. A rookie left tackle stood across from the most explosive edge rusher in football and kept swinging. Myles Garrett put up 5 sacks on the day, yet when the rush came from anyone else, Will Campbell held firm and allowed 0 pressures on 20 pass sets against other defenders. That is not a small note. That is a sign of mental toughness and real talent under stress. Credit the coaching and the corrections too. Mike Vrabel called it a valuable lesson, and the tape agreed. The first half leaned Garrett's way, the second half calmed down after adjustments, and the offense found rhythm again. Campbell's patience improved, his hands stayed inside, and the pocket started to feel stable. His partner on the left side, Jared Wilson, delivered strong snaps as well, while Morgan Moses brought veteran steadiness on the right. You could feel the unit grow in real time. There was also the bigger picture. A young tackle just faced a future Hall of Fame talent and did not fold, a young guard handled a serious front, and the coordinator leaned into play action to help everyone settle. That kind of growth travels, and it makes every designed shot and every timing throw more dangerous. Which is perfect timing, because the other side of the ball is turning into a spotlight of its own, with Christian Gonzalez and Marcus Jones building a case that will make any quarterback think twice. This defense has quietly turned into a nightmare for offensive coordinators. Christian Gonzalez has erased top receivers week after week, allowing only 7 catches on 19 targets, a number that speaks louder than any headline. His technique is clean, his recovery speed is elite, and his awareness in zone coverage keeps quarterbacks second-guessing their reads. Across from him, Marcus Jones has turned into the heartbeat of this secondary. His 9 pass breakups and 6 tackles for loss show a player who refuses to stay quiet in big moments. What makes this group so dangerous is how connected it plays. Every snap feels choreographed. Linebackers close passing lanes before the quarterback can blink, while the front 4 collapse pockets without needing a blitz. Players like Christian Barmore and Milton Williams bring controlled chaos inside, forcing rush decisions that feed straight into the hands of Gonzalez and Jones. When that kind of discipline meets raw speed, even the best passing attacks start to shrink under pressure. Mike Vrabel deserves major credit for this transformation. He has molded this unit to mirror his own playing style, aggressive but calculated, physical yet patient. The Patriots are now forcing teams to abandon their scripts early, leaning on short throws that never move the chains. The defense is not just holding games together, it's dictating tempo. And when your defense can control rhythm, your quarterback suddenly has a chance to chase something much bigger than a win. That's where the real conversation begins, the race for the league's most valuable player. Drake May has crashed the MVP race once expected to belong to Patrick Mahomes, leading the league in deep ball precision and proving his maturity far beyond his years. He ranks first in completion rate and second in passer rating on throws over 20 yards, commanding the offense with calm efficiency on every critical down. His poise under pressure, quick release, and leadership have transformed New England's offense into a disciplined, surgical machine. The Patriots aren't winning by chance, they're building statement victories. If May maintains this pace, he could redefine what elite quarterback play looks like and turn New England into a true postseason threat. The question now is simple but massive. Can this young quarterback and his coach carry that same energy into January and take down the AFC's elite? Because if they can, New England won't just be back, they'll be feared again. Do you think Drake May deserves the MVP more than Mahomes right now? And how far can the Patriots actually go if they stay this sharp? Drop your take below, hit like if you believe the dynasty feeling is returning, and make sure you're subscribed for full film breakdowns every week.